Moving on to halftime. Like I said, we're gonna come back to the game. We'll say the game for last. The halftime show. The president had an interesting question about the halftime show. What was that question again?
Who was the dude performing? I really don't know who that. I really didn't know it. I really did not know who that was until y'all told me. I was like, "Yo, who is this dude?"
Yo.
For those that don't know, the halftime performer was The Weeknd.
That's his name.
Yeah,
Like The Weeknd.
And-
He named
and-
himself The
and
Weeknd.
it's
Wow.
no E. It's no E. The last E that's normally in weekend is gone. Like that's how you spell it. Like,
You put no E in his name. Oh,
yeah.
He's
WEKND.
wow. Rap has changed a lot, man.
well,
Well, he's not. Yeah, he's not a rapper.
But he's not a
He's a
rapper.
rapper.
What is he? He's a singer.
Yeah.
Lord,
R&B pop.
Whatever happened
under
to
a
names
rock.
like R. Kelly and
Oh.
Usher.
Yeah, you didn't want Kels to do a halftime show.
Well, we all know
Live from the prison.
Folsom Satan. Live from Folsom Satan. You got R. Kelly.
have Akon come through, do locked up.
He could have zoomed it with his own background.
Well, they could have did like a versus be having the IG set up. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Came through with the IG live and you know, performing there.
Yeah.
So the president is completely unaware of who The Weeknd is.
I don't know who he is. I don't.
For
My
you
bad.
gentlemen who do know of The Weeknd,
Yeah.
what were your thoughts on his performance? So,
I mean, I'm not necessarily a fan of The Weeknd. Like he got some records I fuck with. But like I've never sat and listened to a Weeknd album.
Okay.
And so it's like it was very underwhelming for me. I'm there like, okay. You know, he did like out of the songs that he did, there's only one song he did that I really like, and that's the fucking the shit where he sound like Michael Jackson. I feel it coming, that joint. Paul.
Okay.
But that
Pause that.
Yeah. But that's I'm not saying all the rest of the songs are whack, but that's the only one I really like. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting through the rest of them like, and like that joint, that Blinded by the Light, you hear that everywhere, like commercials. No, I guess that's a big record for him, but it's like that shit is whack. You know what I'm saying? But like it's a real, I guess it's a hit for him. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I was watching like they could have, you know, they need to let Beyonce do another one or something like that. Like I'm here like what is? I was happy for it to be over to be honest.
Didn't Beyonce do it twice?
I don't know.
I think she did it twice.
I think she did it twice.
I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out how we went from sexy ass J-Lo and Shakira to
Well,
some
you can
dude
thank your
named
boy
Weeknd
Jay-Z
without
for
an
that.
E in it.
Yeah, I was just saying that's young Hova.
Jay-Z is in charge of the halftime performers for the next one. 2 more years, three more years.
Gotta hit Hova up, man.
But yeah, Jay picked
I
that.
mean, I'm a fan of The Weeknd songs. Like I said, the same as Rob. I really never listen to an album. Like if I hear something, okay, that's cool, whatever, so forth. But yeah, the performance, you know, wasn't all that great to me. Some people loved it and so forth, but those, I guess, are people that actually see Weeknd in concert and so forth.
Right.
When
The people that loved it are the big Weeknd fans. That's what
like I wasn't. It didn't do much for me. Like, I mean, it was an interesting concept. The concept of it was interesting because it started from the top. Like, I remember Lady Gaga started from the top, and then she jumped off like she was like Owen Hart. My bad. She jumped off. My bad. Like Sting. Like Sting. Like she jumped off like she was Sting coming down from the rafters, you know, to the stage, or whatever. And then you know, but like he started from the top of it and then went midfield, or they went mid-level and had that whole little, you know, opening, whatever, so forth. And then the fun house mirrors and shit like that. And I remember I made a comment to you. I was like, man, like, because at first I thought it was like a selfie stick that he had. It was just tossing and turning. And then when he pushed the shit away, I was like, oh, that was the camera guy. And I was like, Man, I don't think I had a mask on because that shit got real crazy in there, bro. Like, and then from the fun house down to the field for like all of three minutes, I guess it was.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was interesting using like to utilize the space that was given, but otherwise than that, like they didn't really move me. Like J-Lo, Shakira was way better than
way better.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, just
and
even without the sound.
Maybe it's because you had two people, you know, going well, then again, not really, because the Adam Levine and what was Adam Levine and not Adam Levine, it was Adam Levine.
He did one with somebody. I can't remember who the other person.
It was
Katy
Travis
Perry?
Scott.
Travis Scott came out.
Yeah,
he came out real quick though. He did the one song like that.
Yeah, he literally did like all of 2 songs. Like he did Sicko Mode for like his half, and then he did like his intro or whatever. Then like scooted out, and that was kind of trash. But so I mean, I can't even say like, you know, it's the whole two-part, you know, the two-party system is better than one party. But that's, I mean, his thing wasn't all that to me.
The fun house though, it made the meme circuit. So
yes,
so I guess that's a positive thing. You know,
I guess that'll make it a memorable performance because it will live on.
yeah.
I am a Weeknd fan. I can go through a whole album. I have listened to whole albums of his, more so the trilogy, his older stuff before he really got more pop. I was not a fan of the last album, which a lot of people are, and it was nominated for some Grammys and things, and cool. It wasn't for me. I really like the last album, but overall the performance itself just was lackluster. And sometimes some artists aren't really great for performances, certain songs. And to me, I feel like the audio wasn't great.
He wasn't great.
It wasn't exciting.
And the guy wasn't great.
and the whole, I still don't get this gimmick of his that he's been doing recently with the facial reconstruction surgery with the bandages, and then he had a bunch of fake Weekends out there with him, and it didn't make any sense. I didn't get any story to the performance itself at all.
It was interesting. He wasn't dancing, but he sounded tired when he was
well, because he was moving around. He was
walking and stuff. But
he was running around. But yeah, to me, it just, as we got someone else coming through. Chris, what up?
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? So I got a fellow 49er fan with me here, so I feel, I feel good. We're gonna talk about that later. We might get into that. We don't need to. But right now we're talking about the weekend.
Oh, did he say boo?
Possibly.
I said cool.
He said cool.
Oh, okay. Just making sure, man. I thought we was cool.
No violence. No violence. Right now we're talking about the weekend and the halftime performance.
Oh shoot.
So you right on time. What's your thoughts on that? Okay.
You gotta say that he ain't like it, bro.
I mean, I love that man's music.
Mm-hmm.
He need to start back getting high again, though.
Okay.
He was a different, like his music was on a different level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when he was high all the time, and when he was like considered a social, I guess, useless plug, but considered a social misfit, and and was weird to everybody. That was when his music was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like House of Balloons and all of that was great work.
That was what I said. I said the trilogy was more my love for him, and then recently he went pop, a lot more pop music.
Straight pop. Now he's straight pop, and you could tell his whole image now is, all right, I got to do what they want me to do now. So let me keep it PG. Let me keep it, strictly. I gotta be clean. I can't show that I'm high in this performance. Where before he'll come on stage, eyes lit, wouldn't even care. Now it's just different, and you could see it's different. But I mean, it was cool. It was all right. He could have had a cameo. That probably would have sparked it off, but
we didn't get a cameo. You
can't go from J-Lo and Shakira to just the Weeknd. Like, I need something.
And now, do you guys feel the backlash from last year affected who they chose this year and what they may have allowed him to do?
Maybe.
I'm sorry, what backlash?
They still could have got somebody else though, like, but that could have been that, possibly.
What was the backlash? I missed that. What was the backlash?
So
I think we ought to sue. I think we ought to sue. I said, what do you mean? I think we ought to sue. That's what I think. Hey, folks, were there any warnings before that Super Bowl halftime show? Would that halftime show, would that have been rated PG? Were there any warnings that your 12-year-old young son whose hormones are just getting ready, just starting to operate, was there any warning that what he's going to see might cause him to get sexually excited? No, I think we ought to go sit down in the courtroom and present this as evidence of how the whoever is keeping me from getting into the kingdom of heaven. Could I go into a courtroom and say, viewing what you put on that screen put me in danger of hellfire? Could the court say, Roger, that doesn't apply here? That doesn't apply here because pornography, the right to porn overrides your right to watch it? Yeah, but you didn't tell me I was going to watch it. You just brought it into my living room. You didn't tell me. You didn't tell me there were going to be crotch shots. You said, well, you should know better. You should know better because it's J-Lo and whoever that was. You should know. She's an expert in crotch shots. You already know that. No, I protect my eyes. I didn't know that about her. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching it. That's why did we sue? Is it not discriminatory for me to say, I love watching the NFL, I want to watch the Super Bowl, but I don't want to watch that? If they bring that into my house, is that not discriminatory? Roger, what do you think? Is there an attorney out there say, huh? That's discriminatory against the values I have in my house. You can't just do that. They won't even let you talk about homos on Facebook. I want to sue them. I want to sue them for about $867 trillion.
Like, how am I supposed to explain this to my 13-year-old son?
You don't got to explain that to him. Like, nigga, watch the second half, son.
Yeah,
how do he explain it?
Go ahead. He about to say what I'm about to say. Go ahead. I know it. I hear it in his voice. He about to say it.
How he gonna explain to his son that Weeknd trash? What he gonna?
Yo.
Like, what he gonna say? Yo, son, he made a mistake. He brought out the wrong song. The audio got messed up.
The audio.
This shit, Dad.
Maybe that might be easy for him to explain. But Chris, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, that wasn't it.
That wasn't it.
No, you good. You good. I was hoping you was going down. I mean, I'm more of a cynic, so I say how he explained these other pastors touching boys.
Well,
you need to worry about that.
There you go.
Both valid points,
gentlemen.
Both valid points. Yeah, I feel like they made him, and they probably knew he'd be safer and made sure he was safe. You know what I'm saying? Because at most, all he had was 100 copies of him, all suit and tied it up and faces covered. They didn't show nothing. He had no women on stage with him. It was just him and hymns. So, I don't know if that was the reasoning for the last year. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we all know Jay-Z is responsible for choosing.
Talk to that man.
But the NFL still is the final say-so on their product, and they want to keep it real safe so they don't have any problems like they had last year. So
it was just a bad decision. He's not a performer like that. He don't dance.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. His music isn't performance music, really.
Right.
It's mood music. It's you know what I'm saying?
Vibe out to that shit.
Yeah. So it's not something you really, get hyped to or stop what you're doing and say, oh, look, the Weeknd is on. And you know what I'm saying? That wasn't it. That wasn't it.